It has been one long and grueling season, but we are almost at the finish line, y'all. There are only 3 people left standing in the game and only a few ways that this thing could shake out at this point. I'm super excited to dive into this update with you all, but first, before we get started, please make sure you hit that subscribe button below if you have not yet. Even though Big Brother is coming to an end, I still talk about other reality shows on my channel from time to time, so make sure you're subscribed for more reality TV recaps. Plus, if you've enjoyed my live feed recaps and feed clips this season, please consider giving a donation to my channel. It is totally optional, but much appreciated, especially since organizing all this information and gathering all these feed clips is so time consuming. But of course, there is no pressure at all. Likes and subscribes warm my heart all the same. Now, let's get into our final recap of the season. So, as we just saw in the last eviction episode, after a few days of deliberation, Makensy ultimately decided to vote Rubina out. Even though, let's be honest, this was totally not the best move for her game. Now don't get me wrong, because Makensy's chances of winning the game were already pretty low entering this week, but still, sitting next to Rubina was the best chance she had of winning at the end. But like we saw, Chelsie and Cam were able to convince her that staying loyal to their trio was actually going to be the better move for her. And Rubina honestly didn't do herself any favors by talking herself off the chopping block either. So alas, she was ultimately the one who was voted out. This is going to leave us with the final 3 of Cam, Chelsie, and Makensy. With this group left standing, it is really hard to see anybody else but Chelsie winning this thing. She's a triple threat with social, strategic, and competition stats all on her resume. And judging by the jury roundtables that we've been getting on the show, it sounds like a lot of people in the jury believe this too. But even though Chelsie has had both Cam and Makensy wrapped around her finger for a while now, they do still kind of see the threat that she poses in the game. The big question is, will one of them actually be able to win this final HOH? And if they do win, will they be able to actually take her out? The final HOH competition always takes place in 3 parts. The first part is usually something pretty physical, and the second part is usually some sort of hybrid competition. Part 3 is almost always a quiz comp that is held during the actual finale. So we won't know until Sunday who's actually going to win this final HOH, but we can still narrow it down for now with parts 1 and 2 of the competition. So on Thursday night, the house guests all go off to compete in part 1 of the final HOH competition. And when the feeds returned, we all saw that Chelsie has won part 1 and will now be automatically advancing to the finals.
Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Your girl came through for your girl.
This is yet another competition win to add to Chelsea's resume as things just keep on getting better and better for her. But all hope is still not lost for Cam and Makensy because there is still a chance for them if they can win part 2. So on Friday morning, the house guests went off for one last time to compete in part 2 of the HOH competition. And when the feeds return after that comp, we saw that Makensy has pulled out the win this time. This was the most predictable outcome, of course, because Chelsie and Makensy have by far been the best competitors we've had left for a while now. And now they get to face off against each other and battle it out one last time on finale night. Now, part 3 of the HOH is usually a quiz competition. They're usually asking about days or quotes or something along those lines. And Chelsie is pretty studied up, so I think she has a really good shot of bringing home the win there. But I still don't want to count Makensy out completely yet because she has also proven to be a decent comp beast in her own right. Unfortunately, I just cannot say the same thing about Cam though. Cam knows that his comp performance has been pretty lackluster this season and he's really upset about it.
Friends and family, if you're watching, I thoroughly apologize for my performance again. Every week. I don't know why you guys are still watching, but if you are, my dogs,
I just think people probably had higher expectations for Cam and his comp ability just because of his athletic background. And he probably did too, so he's feeling pretty down right now. Which makes sense because honestly, things are looking pretty bleak for Cam. At this point, he probably won't get the votes to win even if he's sitting in those final 2 chairs. But hey, he made it a lot further than I would have thought in the first place. And his social game was pretty decent for a recruit, so I'll give him his 10s there. For now, Chelsie and Makensy will officially be facing off against each other on finale night. And while these two have sworn up and down that they would stick to each other to the bitter end, there is still a little bit of wiggle room for something else to happen. If Makensy wins this final HOH, I have no doubt in my mind that she is going to stay loyal to Chelsie and bring her with her to the final 2. Even though this would probably be a game-losing move. However, if Chelsie wins this final HOH, then things could get a little bit more interesting. Honestly, I think Chelsie has a really good shot no matter who she sits next to, and overall, I feel like she's most likely to stick with MJ and bring her along with her.
We did it. Nobody deserves it more than us. If we did it, it'll be 2 girls in the end. I was like, so. I'm gonna be like, it's on. It's on.
But at the same time, MJ does have a much bigger resume than Cam. So sitting next to Cam would be a guaranteed path to the end if she chooses to go down that way. Again, I doubt Chelsie would cut MJ, but if she does, I could see things getting a little messy. MJ has just been so freaking loyal that I think she would be very personally offended if Chelsie decided to cut her. They've just been working together in this game for so long now. Plus, on a personal note, they have this really strong bond over their religion that I think really means a lot to MJ.
And no matter what happens on Sunday, we can have fun, high five, clown each other, and then sit on those chairs looking beautiful and walk out in confetti. We both get to get confetti. We both get to get confetti. We made history. Nobody's done this before. So it's going to be a very special moment, and we're both believers.
So yeah, if Chelsie does choose to evict Makensy, I could see a little bit of bitterness festering there. That's probably the most interesting piece of drama that could come out of the season at this point. My final prediction is that we probably will be seeing Chelsie and MJ in those final 2 chairs together at the end, but I guess there is still enough time for something else to change. So that's all I have for today. Of course, I want to know, who do you want to win this whole season? Do you want Chelsie to be our winner, or do you think it should be someone else instead? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know below, who do you want to win AFP? I feel like Tucker is going to get the overwhelming majority of the votes, even though he's still left pre-jury. But hey, it could still be someone else. We never know. I'll be back here to give you all one more recap after the finale. But until then, bye.